Hello and welcome to ORL Formula 1 League on 2019 video game. Everyone just did a formation lap, getting into their positions and preparing to start the race. We have a Haas, Mercedes, Toro Rosso, Force India, Ferrari, Renault. The top 5 looks competitive, the qualification was great, and here we go. Let's see. The starts beginning. Ramon moves smoothly, nicely, has still in front, Mercedes closely following, gets into inside line, but has still in front, going to the first corner, still in first place. Some action at the bottom of the grid, someone just went outside. Everyone seems to be going. Just Renault on my camera moment, spins off into the gravel, loses the control of his car. Still manages to get back on track. Some action at the back of the grid, very tight. It looks like a chaos, everyone so close, overtaking, and here we go, a collision between the Rosso and Alfa Romeo out of the track. Still managing to get back to continue the race. And we have a virtual safety car already in the first lap. There has been some action in opening lap, specifically at the back of the grid. Haas driver maintains his position in first. Whoa, whoa, Mercedes just slides off the track while in virtual safety car mode. What just happened to him? And actual race continues. Mercedes lost control and is at the back of the field. So the race continues. Everyone seems to be going now one by one. Nothing crazy going on like the first lap. The Rosso guy really pushing his car. The gearbox on the limits. Following closely, less than a second gap, half a second between second and third positions. The track is very narrow, so we're looking forward into the straights where we have a DRS in the start-finish line. Maybe there we'll see some overtaking today. So the first, second, third positions very close, less than a second. Fourth as well, following closely. The fifth just slightly more off, like 4 seconds from the fourth place. Two McLarens separated, yeah, by 4. There is bigger gaps down the field, so I'm gonna just focus on the front. So we can see there is some competition going on between the first and third position. Just had a yellow flag, sector 2 and first. Some drivers at the bottom of the grid just had some accident. Two Torosos, two Red Bulls actually, is at the back. And we have another virtual safety car deployed. And we already have one retired car, DNF by 10th place. And he's obviously going down as he just retired. Yep, so two Red Bulls at the back of the field. And the race continues, everyone seems to be pushing right now. The top three, actually top four even, are fairly close, and they're using all of them drivers using this the softs tires. Should be around the equal performance. We have a fifth place driver using the mediums. He's gone for a longer stint. And the sixth place as well, Willem's driver, is on the soft, so he might catch his teammate. The gap seems to be the same, just the front following still closely. A little bit stacked between first and the fourth position. Well, mostly the first and the third. Let's follow the Racing Point driver. You can see a good view of the first and second places, as well as Racing Point in case he gets closer for the battle to get the inside of their first and second places battle. Super close first second. Is he going for it? He has inside. He dives in, but not to the final point. Stays second. Haas keeps his position. He oversteers, but stays right distance for another shot, maybe this lap. We have a guy from Red Bull off the track. Racing point got closer. Might have a three drivers battle still in front, and looks most promising to look into the race action. We have a sector 1 in yellow flags. Some oversteer by Racing Point driver. So the guys 1, 2 and 3 is slightly pulling away from the rest of the field. But we have a 6th place driver from Willems. Super close. Sorry, Mercedes to the Willems driver. The 5th place driver using mediums. That's why he's struggling to keep his position, and he gets overtaken by Mercedes driver on softs. But maybe he can get back on this DRS finish starting line. Way too far to be anywhere or overtake. He should be already preparing for the another guy behind him, as he is using the mediums and has to be ready for defending mostly with the first stint of his tires. Well, it might be entertaining the second half of this race with the different strategy he's using. So when he switched to a softer compound, he might go faster than other guys and will try to get back to like top 5 maybe. So between 8 and 9 positions we have a close gap, less than a second. That's maybe the only way we can get entertained right now, as the first, second and third is increasing more than a second. So we can look forward into this one right now, 8 and 9. And this guy using mediums, and he's seems to be faster than 8th place guy in Renault. And he's coming. Alfa Romeo is actually outside already, and he's going for it, but keeps the space enough for the other driver and gets in front. No chance to counterattack this guy. Another not much happening right now. Everyone stays more than a second from each other. We can still see Renault is getting decent distance from the 8th place, but can he maintain this gap? With more and more laps, he should actually lose more time due to the different tires. He's using softer, and the mediums will be getting faster than softs soon. Should be getting right now actually, a 9 lap already of the race, and the tires should be around equal or already swapped with the performance. So in front, the second place, third place, and fourth got the gain in positions. Second and third is one up, and the fourth one is fourth place is up. That's a huge gain for the McLaren driver. And the driver following right now actually stays at his own position he started. So everyone actually dropped or gained positions except 4 drivers. The closest gaps right now is between the second and third. Slightly more than 1 second. Other guys looking way bigger distances, more than 2 seconds. even like 5 seconds. So let's look at the front right now. His gearbox was acting slightly weird at beginning of the race, but now it seems to be alright, working fine. The guy's maintaining in front around 40 to 50% of ERS, looking to their own pace probably at this time. And I think that's the right decision. Just look after the tires because it's different to attack in this Japan track. It's narrow, so nobody wants to over push the tires at this time. Let's look for a better moments later on. The Haas, the first place guy pits. Uh, sorry, that's actually, yes, that's right. He just pitted as the first guy from the front. Decides to pit early so he can defend his place when he comes out of the pit. Because there is a good chances when you pit early, you might overtake someone, you're undercut basically. So he wants to play safe. He rather pits early and then save position, but yeah, he will need to look after his tires later on because of the extra lap he will have to do with the second compound into the race. The back of the field seems same, just following each other, nothing serious happening. It's interesting how this will, with the fresh tires, will get to the front. He's already at the back of the Toro Rosso driver. We'll see an overtake probably on the third sector. And here goes Rosso off the track slightly. The grip is getting worse and worse for him. And the Haas driver takes advantage and already pulling for overtake of inside. And he's in front, slight touching, but stays. Brakes later with the fresh tires, makes it first into the corner, and he's in front. Some other guys pitting. The front guy from Toro Rosso pitted. And he follows his teammate closely. Already wants to overtake in the first sector where the track is super narrow and high speed is very difficult to overtake. So he has advantage of 1 lap, the Toro Rosso driver, comparing to the Haas. But this time should be no big difference. Mostly at the end of the lifetime of these tires might see some gain. There is yellow flag in sector 3. For Cindy on inside, just took the fifth guy easily. Nice move by him. And of course, because of fresh tires, he's pulling away and the Toro Rosso pitting. No surprise. We have McLaren closely following the Mercedes driver. So yeah, it's the time for guys to pit, everyone lap by lap now. We haven't pitted, does that. Same tire compound on mediums, both drivers, 6 and 7. That's the closest gap right now on the field. We should see some action next or this lap at the end. But the gap is increasing. The pace are different to maintain. So no DRS, no attack yet, so and the gap still increases, so doesn't look like it's going to happen. The fight between 10 and 11 seems to be more maybe promising. We have on a hard compound, Mercedes driver using different strategy early. Will he have any chance here against the drive into Rosso using mediums? We might see at the end of this lap potential overtake. ERS, well, RS actually for Rosso looks more promising to defend his position, so he's ready for it. This guy was using a more ERS to catch this guy, so he needs just to maintain this distance and at the same time save ERS and look for the another laps to attack. We also have some action in the third place. It's very close, less than a second. So this guy was more further, but he's catching the Haas drive, and he looks to be faster, but will he be able to overtake with this slight difference of pace? As we know, it's difficult to overtake, and Haas just went slightly outside the perfect line. And Rosso seems to be more going smoothly around his corners, really close. And he has a good ERS amount. He has 60, 56 exactly, while Haas has 35, so he's actually in a good position to overtake at the end of this lap or a start-finish line. It's great to see this battle in front. Fairly close to be in attack mode for the next straight. And that's the closest gap right now on the field. Right. Way too far actually to get this done in this straight. Yep, and he's saving his ear. He might go for another shot next lap, or just go for his own pace. He's faster in overall, and he might just makes he can use ERS to There is some close game in place, but this one seems to be more promising. The second, third, looking close. Let's wait for this. VRS. Will he go this time? Yes, he using the ERS, and he will have as well DRS next straight. Super close. Ready to attack. Smooth exit by both drivers. DRS on. Getting there. Pulling outside. In front and closes the locks at the position, and he's in front. Slight oversteer but maintains the position. Nicely done by Toro Rosso driver, and he's in first place right now. Guy has to be still some potential, but to attack he needs to save more ERS, and he doesn't seem to be preparing. He's using to just maintain the gap, so at least he can follow and maybe have the same pace, not to overtake but just to keep the same position close and be ready for the other time. If he keeps the same pace, he can actually try to play with the pits. He pits more early, and he should potentially to do because he actually pit the first time one lap earlier there than the guy in front. So no matter what, he should pit first. Still follows closely, half a second. Everywhere else is just own pace, maintaining tires at their good condition. Just we can see there is one more battle going on between 10 and 11. Again, another Toro Rosso driver. This time it's in front, getting attacked by Mercedes. ERS in favor of Mercedes driver. So he's also ready to overtake, and it might happen in this third sector. Hairpin, both doing nicely. Nice exits. No mistakes. Some sliding by Toro Rosso driver. I see many drivers making some oversteer or some just slides at the back in the 14 corner. Super close, Mercedes going for outside, in front, and as well locks the position. Job done, nicely done. See going for a counter-attack, super close. Defending Mercedes, slightly release of the throttle, but still Rossa fighting into the first corner and second corner. Seems to be staying in front. Yes, he does. He locks the position. He got back his own position. But this battle seems to be not done yet. Mercedes still has ERS advantage and can come back for another time on us following straights. Surprised by Mercedes that he using the hard compound and gets this pace to even attack, fight with the Toro Rosso on the mediums. Of course, the lifetime of the tires is different. And by this time, the hards should be actually like equal, as it's still a decent level of grip with his tires, while medium's losing. And yeah, he does it again. He overtakes Rosso, same place, and again, same contra attack, super close. Rosso goes for inside, but fakes it and goes outside, slightly in front and outside. Exactly same move, keeps the same place. 2 laps, exactly the same. Mercedes attacks Rosso, overtakes, following straight, and Rosso takes back his position in the first corner. Nice to see that. We also can see some battle at 12th position, so the guy which is following this battle. And as well, there is close gap between second and third positions between Andinata and Vito. Let's check the front. So mainly the battles is involving Toro Rosso drivers. Half a second deficit from Toro Rosso. Vito's really pushing. Some oversteer there in the second corner was. It's brilliant to drive with this year car. It's a huge downforce, and you can just go super fast around these snake corners. First sector, awesome view from cockpit. Back to middle field. So this trio, Mercedes, Rosso, and Renault, is having close racing here. Less than a second, half actually. Almost touching there to Rosso. Well, he gets attacked by behind driver, he cannot really focus well on the front. He was fighting Mercedes, and actually he lost position to Mercedes, and he's losing right now. Renault is in, and he takes it. Renault actually was in really super great position when exiting the 14th corner, and really making it smooth overtake. And Toro Rosso like that lost 2 positions. Mercedes is in front, pulling away. Ross again just tries to keep up, but he cannot really follow with the same pace. But still, well, actually 5 laps remaining. The guy pitted once, so that hard compound looking more strong at this time, and that's why Mercedes is actually in a strong position to maintain his place. But Renault seems to be close. Can he still get a chance there for the 10th position to score a 1 point at least? we got a fight in the top 10 actually. We have a close battle here between 5th and 6th, as well as 8th place is 7. There is a close following, like stacked. So Williams driving with the softs, 60% ERS, good for defense. And McLaren with the mediums with 30% ERS. Not in great place to attack right now. There is still laps remaining. He can save some and try to give a shot, but his tires might be worn and worse shape than the guy in front. To attack this time, and we got something going on in the front, the most front of the third guy, Vito, less than a second. Will he be pushing right now for that second place? While 3 laps remaining. GRS tires in the same compound. Super close. Sorry. 8th place, super close to Alfa Romeo. So Ferrari and Alfa Romeo have here a close racing. Giving everything they have for the final laps. Driving their car limits and using all the tires have. ARS doesn't look great for this Ferrari. The Alfa Romeo has an advantage in that case. Super close here as well. He was using the RS. Got close to the Rosso. So we have a here close racing and for the 1 point, 10 and 11 place again. Same position, just different drivers. Wants to get into the point zone. But just let's stick to this front as we have a promising ending. Might see some shot for overtake by a racing point driver. The gap just decreased in 7 and a 6 McLaren, and then Alfa Romeo super close, DRS open. The tires different. Mediums against softs. Who has more lifetime of the tires? Not sure, but the battle is going on. Close racing. ERS, not so great, 35 exactly for both drivers. Here he fakes, tries to squeeze, tries to make a mistake for McLaren. .5% ERS. He has advantage right now. And he's super close. Slipstream. He's coming. Will he go? Dive inside? Yes, he going. They touch. Stay same position. Again, second shot. TRS. Open. Outside. And the overtake should be done. Position locked. Nicely done. Still close racing. Second and third. The Haas first driver is in 2 seconds advantage. 2.4 to be precise. Maintaining his position. Only the second place is unsure yet. But it's the last lap and the last shot is this end of the straight. And here we go, the finishing line. Haas won the race. Congratulations. Positions. Haas, Jan in first place, Andy Nata second in Rosso. Mercedes driver Kevin in third place. Podium drivers really keeping it close. Anything could happen, especially between second and third. If that would be different track, there might be different scenarios, different strategies to attack, but yeah, it's close racing, narrow track, you can't really overtake properly. But great to see it still entertaining races. Some safety car, virtual safety car. So Vito dropped down to 4th place. Mercedes gained the position, possibly because of a penalty, but that's unsure. Cannot really tell because of the game rules and how it gives the penalties. So here's the race, it's over, and great race. Japanese race was entertaining, and thank you for watching. It's still my first time to commentate, so I apologize. I was just navigating between cameras, so not too much talking. Hope you still saw some action. Try to get the right positions for you to see and just tell what is going on. Well, thank you. Have a great evening.